Now about a week ago, I uploaded a video called the YouTube Drama Rewind of 2022, where I went through every single month of 2022 and explained each piece of drama that happened in that month. Now the Ace family were involved in 11 out of 12 of their months, so who's exactly shocked that the first video 2023 is about the Ace family. They started strong this year, folks, okay? If they can make it 12 out of 12 months this year, it'll be a new record. Now, in all fairness to them, the video I'm going to be reacting to did actually get uploaded before the new year, so technically, they're still pretty good this year. Don't think that's going to last very long though. But before we do get into this specific video, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm trying to hit 400,000 subscribers at some point this year. That would be lovely, and we're about 30,000 away right now, so any help would be bloody great. So the video in question is called The Scariest Day of Our Life, and it's a storytime video that is 27 minutes long. A storytime video that is 27 minutes long. Like, what the fuck did you do? Did you single-handedly end all wars? Did you find Bigfoot? Like, what have you done that is so good that is worth a half-an-hour story time? I need to know. But no, folks, the story, unfortunately, isn't anything crazy. In fact, it's probably not even true. So I've seen a few people talk about this over the past few days. I believe the first person to cover this was August the Duck here on YouTube. And it's basically a storytime video talking about how they thought their kids went missing for a period of time, and turns out they didn't. So a pretty traumatic experience, right? They thought their kids possibly got kidnapped. But when you look at the details of this video, a lot of people believe that it's just a lie and they're making it up on the spot. Now, I haven't watched the full video yet because it's half an hour long, but I have seen a few clips here and there, so I want to actually get my first, full reaction to this video and see if I believe the story, or see if I believe that the Ace family have faked a kidnapping, which, I really wouldn't put it past them. Someone told me. Vlogmas Day 15, okay? Now that makes sense why they made a story time. They were uploading every day in December, you know, because the revenue's a lot higher in December. And you know what? I'm not going to hold it against them. They do have a lot of lawsuits to pay out, so, I mean, any little helps. But clearly on day 15, they were too lazy to actually record a proper video, so they recorded a story time instead, so makes sense.
Hey, Ace family!
Yeah!
Welcome back to our channel, guys.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh god, I don't like that. Please never do that ever again.
Welcome to Vlogmas Day 15. Oof.
We got 10 days left.
We actually woke up this
Oh, I've just realised, if this was on day 15 of Vlogmas, it was actually posted on my birthday. Now, what a good birthday present to me, eh? The Ace family making a fake story about a kidnapping. I couldn't have asked for more.
And we should probably do a story time today just because we haven't done one in a long time. And I feel like
Yeah, because you haven't done one in a long time, and not because you're too lazy to film an actual vlog. Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Have we ever done a story time on YouTube?
Yeah, we've done many years ago. We just haven't done one recently.
So it's been years since we've done a story time? So hopefully you guys enjoy this. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it, Austin? Eh? It's been so long, it's been years that we've had to live our lives without a story time from the Ace family. I'm not sure how we survived.
Do we really want to share this?
The absolute most scariest, most traumatizing, most outer body, most terrible experience.
Okay, so you can hear them bigging up the story here, and they're talking about how it's a traumatizing moment, right? Which, by the way, if this did actually happen, it would be very traumatizing. But as the video goes on, I've seen a lot of clips of them just kind of laughing and not really caring, which is a bit of a red flag that they might have made this up.
I don't even like thinking about this situation.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I will
I don't even like thinking about this situation, but I'm gonna make a half-an-hour video talking about it. Yeah, man, that sounds about right.
And so the people in the house were me, Austin, Steele, Ellen, and Leia, 3 kids. Shirley, who's Austin's grandmother, who you guys know, who comes to our house on Mondays and always leaves on Tuesdays.
Okay, so Shirley, a very key figure in this story, stayed over, okay? She stayed over for the night, meaning she probably had some bags with her. Key part of the story.
A regular ass day, like what you typically do at your house. You're cleaning, you're doing laundry, you're making food, you're watching TV.
Reading through your lawsuits, trying to think of the newest scam to pull to get some money, you know, just a normal day.
Elle and her friend, Janelle, family friend, they're downstairs in the movie theater room and they're just playing. I saw them with my own eyes when I walked by and they were in there. He walks in and he's like, hey, do you guys want Jamba Juice? And we all looked at each other. We're like, no, I don't want Jamba Juice. And Layla was like, I want Jamba Juice. And so they ended up going with Austin. So Steele and Alea went with Austin to Jamba Juice.
Okay, so another key part of the story. So Austin's went to go and get some juice in LA in a very, very busy place, okay? In fact, LA is probably one of the busiest places in the world, so he's gonna be gone a while, you would imagine. But that means there's only 2 kids left in the house, okay? Key details.
Yesenia, who's our good family friend, walks in and she's like, hey, have you seen Elle and Janelle? And I was like, I think they're in the theater room, I just saw them there. And she's like, no, they're not there. She's like, oh, they're probably playing hide and go seek. Like, I'm gonna go look in the other closet.
So they're playing hide and go seek with 2 people. There's only 2 kids left in the house, and they're playing hide and seek. How does that work then? Surely one person would be hiding and the other person would be seeking, so you'd at least be able to see one of the kids around the house, you know, like looking for the other one. But no, apparently they're both hiding. From no one.
At that moment, Shirley's leaving the room, grabbing her bags, grabbing her things, and I'm just talking, just me and Nicole. So at that moment, 10 to 15 minutes pass by and Yesenia walks back in the room. She's like, hey, like, I can't find them. Then I stood up and I did the biggest yell over the railing and I was like, Elle, where are you? Come up here right now. He's walking in the door with the 2 kids with the bags and the Jamba Juice.
So as you just said right there, it's been about 10 to 15 minutes since the situation happened. Then Austin went and left with the kids, and within that 10 to 15 minutes, he's now returned with the juice and everything else. Now obviously I've never been to LA, so I'm just kind of taking people's word for this. But what I've heard people mention is getting anywhere in LA is extremely tough and takes a fucking long time to get, even just around the corner basically. So for Austin to get back within 10 to 15 minutes just doesn't seem very likely. Of course it's possible, but it's also another little red flag.
And I'm looking at the windows to see if like the windows are good and like, I don't know.
You see, do you know when people lie, right? They go into a lot more detail to make up for the lie, to make it seem as if they kind of remember every single point. Whereas when you're telling a true story, you tend to just stick to the details that matters. And the fact that this video is half an hour of Catherine and Austin just rambling about details that don't really add to the story at all, like checking if the windows are okay, like, also another red flag.
So I run outside to the front door in my socks and I go to my security guard and I go, hey, have you seen the girls? He goes, no, what do you mean? He's like, the only person that I've seen in the last hour is Shirley and she just drove away like 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. And he goes, and when she drove away, I opened the gate and I closed it.
Yeah, so they have 24/7 security, by the way. So when we actually get to the point of the story on how they didn't actually get kidnapped and what the big conclusion is, just keep that in mind. 24/7 security, and these kids managed to disappear for so long in the way that we're about to find out. They're fucking ninjas.
Moment, like this is how I know I was desperate, because I was even asking the neighbors, which was kind of odd.
That's not really that odd. Like if you felt like your kids were missing and they've been missing for like half an hour, whatever it's been now, you probably would ask the neighbours. You'd ask anybody in the local area if they've seen 2 kids running about, because you'd be worried like shitless, right? So it's not that odd. But you make it seem as if this is a very like crazy thing to do when your kids go missing.
And I was like thinking of the bigger picture. I'm like, wait. I'm like, okay, hold up. Like, it's only really been like what?
30 minutes.
Yeah, 20, 30 minutes. Like, they could just still have a good hiding spot. We don't know.
20, 30 minutes is still a long time when you think your kids have gone missing. They're making it seem as if it's not that big of a deal, but imagine if your kids, who I believe were like, I don't know how old they are, they're very young, right? If they've went missing, and you thought they're missing, you've been looking for them for half an hour, it's pretty fucking worrying, but they're making it seem as if like, you know what, in the bigger picture, it's not that long. I don't get it.
I'm thinking about every single possibility. I'm even looking at our security guard like, what do you know? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we start questioning everything.
Like, and mind you, he's been with us for 3 years at that point. And like, I trusted him, you know? So I'm like, I'm even looking at security guard.
So yeah, this is where they start trying to make it seem as if it was almost like a kidnapping situation, right? They're talking about how they're looking at the security guard all funny, like what's he up to? And then they get into more detail about some like text messages and phone calls to really try and make it seem as if it was like a kidnapping situation.
She had a phone that she would use to go like on like like YouTube or like watch videos or like do FaceTimes with her grandparents, right? Because we're really big about our kids like always communicating with my dad who's overseas, my mom in Florida.
Okay, see, more details that don't really need to be added. This has nothing to do with the story, okay? We get it. She has a phone. You don't need to go into the details of like where each family member lives. It's like she's trying to make up for it and trying to make up for time as well so she can think of what she's gonna say.
But then I sent her a voice recording. And I'm like, Elle, where are you? This isn't funny. Where are you? 1 second later, it says, like, she listened to it.
Yeah, like, you know when it disappears, that means someone's listened to it.
And my heart just dropped.
So yeah, that's another key detail that you need to remember, because we're going to put all these details together at the end to really think, like, is this situation even possible? So Catherine was sending voice notes, and she didn't get a reply. But they did see it, eh? Very scary situation indeed, Catherine.
I start thinking of the neighbors behind us because the house behind us, we've never even seen the people there. We don't even know who they are. We've never met them, right? So I'm thinking like, I'm about to go get my strap and go over there and knock on that freaking door. Because as we all know in scary movies.
Yeah, very intimidating, Austin, eh? God, we're all shivering in our boots. I'm about to get my strap. Them neighbors won't know what hit them. But yet again, insinuating that this is like another kidnapping scare, right?
In kidnap movies, it's always like people close to you or your neighbors, right?
It's almost as if they literally watched a kidnapping movie before this and were like, fuck it, that's a good story to tell. Let's just pretend it's our family.
So I'm gonna see if I can track where she is because we had like shared locations. So I go on the shared locations and then I realize that it's off. So I'm like, okay, this person's smart. They took it off.
Another key detail. The location has been turned off. Dun dun dun.
Janelle's mom is like, I'm gonna call Shirley who just left and see if she's seen them. And Shirley goes, no, I just left and you know, I'm stuck in traffic and if I see anything or if I hear anything, I'll let you know. So at that moment, I'm sending another voice memo and she's listening to it again. And I'm yelling.
Right, so as you just heard, Shirley's in the car. She's stuck in traffic, right? So she's not really moving anywhere. And this voice note has just been sent back to Catherine's kid. And it's been listened to again, right? No response, but very key information.
So she calls within 2 minutes and she goes, you will not believe this. I am so upset right now. I can't believe this is happening. The girls are in my trunk and they're sleeping.
And they're sleeping, right? That's a bit of a interesting conclusion. Right, so let's just put this all together and you can come up with your own conclusion on if you think this is real or not, okay? This is what a lot of people seem to have a problem with this video. Two kids were playing hide and go seek together, but they were both hiding, so no one was seeking them. They then decided to get Shirley's keys and go outside and open Shirley's car, evading security. They then put the keys back in the house so Shirley would have noticed that the keys had moved. They then went back to the car, got into the boot of the car, or the trunk for you Americans, and laid there until Shirley drove off. And then while Shirley was stuck in traffic and not moving, these voice notes are getting played in the boot of the car. Like Catherine said, they were getting listened to, but they weren't responding, and Shirley didn't hear any of this happening. She didn't hear any voice notes, she didn't hear like the kids laughing or talking, or literally anything. Like if this story is true, they should probably get hired as secret agents, because that is some stealthy movement right there. Oh, also, one little key detail I forgot to miss out is Shirley stayed the night, so she probably had some bags, but for some reason she didn't put any of her bags in the boot. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Oh, also, even on top of all of that, they didn't bother to check the security cameras to see where they had gone. Like, they got in the car that they say was in the garage, right? You don't have a security camera in your garage where you have all your expensive cars? That's just not a thing, is it not? You literally have a 24/7 security guard at the front. You definitely have security cameras everywhere in that household. But you couldn't check them to see where the kids had went. Yeah. Something really isn't adding up. Like, if you were in a situation and your kids did go missing, the first thing you would do is check the security cameras. That's the good thing about them, because you can go back in time and see exactly where they went. You can follow their every move, and you decided not to do that for like half an hour. I don't know, man. Look, the story could be true, but it's almost more worrying if it is. Because if it did actually happen and they thought their kids went missing and they didn't do any of these precautions, like checking a security camera, also the grandma left even though they were searching for the kids. Like, why would you do that? Oh, so the kids are missing, are they? Like, I'm gonna head out then. Austin also went to go and get juice when the kids were missing. Like, it's almost more worrying if this story is true than if it's a lie.
No. They tried to say when they went to go hide in grandma's car, they were hiding and they fell asleep while they were hiding.
Hiding from who? Who are they hiding from? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I entirely believe it. I mean, let me know your thoughts down below. It either sounds like they're lying or just really over-exaggerating. But there are a lot of key moments throughout the story that don't exactly seem true. But obviously I don't know if it is true or not because I wasn't there. But the Ayers family lying isn't exactly uncommon by any means. Like I said in my 2022 Rewind video, they were involved in drama 11 out of the 12 months of the year, and most of them had to do with lying and scamming people, which is also just another form of lying. So it really wouldn't be shocking if this story was just completely made up, but like I said, I would love to know your opinions. It, seems a bit fishy.
They knew how serious the situation was and how mad Catherine sounded. They knew they were in trouble. So when Catherine was sending the voice messages, they were listening to him like, oh shit, like, what do we do? And you know when you don't know what to do, you just don't do nothing? They didn't do nothing other than listen to it, which they didn't know made it worse.
Well, how didn't she hear the voice notes in the car? Like, it would be pretty fucking easy to hear that. You're like, what, maybe 1.5 meters, 2 meters away from the driver's seat. You're stuck in traffic, so there's no engines running, it's not loud. And on top of that, it's not only the voice notes you can't hear, it's also you can't hear any kids talking for like 20 or 30 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, either way, I'm going to leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts down below. Happy New Year as well. This is my first video of 2023. I'm really hoping that this year I can level up pretty much like everything I'm doing in terms of like content and everything. I want to get like a lot better at editing as well. But it's really hard on this computer I have right now because it's not very good, and I have just ordered a new one that comes in a few days. So hopefully the videos can level up. Now obviously that does rely on the fact of, is Callum actually a good editor, which is not really true at this moment in time, so maybe they won't level up, but I'm gonna try, okay? I promise. But either way, if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and if you want to let me know topics to talk about in future videos, the best way to do that's on my Instagram. It's at MARKIE, and it's always linked in the description. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Goodbye.